following is a production of the Department of Broadcasting and Journalism at Western Illinois University.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. News 3 starts now.
Coming up at Live at 4, a week after a local store is burglarized. Police say they've made an arrest.
And people in Macomb come out this week to show their support for police officers. See why ahead.
Plus, WIU is now a smoke-free campus. Why some people aren't very happy about it, coming up.
Macomb police have made an arrest in a recent burglary case. Good afternoon, welcome to Live at 4.
Macomb police say a burglar entered the L&K discount tobacco store late last week.
Michael Hayes was arrested Wednesday. He was charged with burglary, criminal damage to property, and theft over $500. Macomb police officers say they discovered a broken window at the tobacco store and $2,000 worth of cigarette cartons missing. Hayes was also charged with breaking into a car in Bushnell. Police say he stole more than $500 worth of fishing equipment. The equipment was found in a cornfield outside of Bushnell. And another gorgeous day outside, but rain is on the way. News 3's Nicholas Stewart is at the Storm Team 3 Weather Center with a look at when we could see rain.
Yeah, I don't know if I exactly want to call this beautiful. I was pretty warm outside personally. Taking a look outside, you can see the wind's blowing though. Trees are blowing in the wind. The flag is waving out there. Temperature, we're at 90 degrees at this hour. Look at that humidity down to only 43%. Again, those gusty southwest winds posing a threat for some fire weather out there. If you're controlling burns outside, make sure you keep them very, very controlled. A look at the satellite radar composite does show some thunderstorms off to the north and some more thunderstorms beginning to develop off to the west along a cold front. That'll move into our neck of the woods later on this evening, probably around the midnight to 2 a.m. time frame. But those temperatures across the region are definitely quite beautiful. Upper 80s to low 90s. Yet we are looking at the chance for some severe weather later on this afternoon and into tomorrow as well. So we'll take a look at your full forecast in a couple minutes. Back to you guys.
A new policy is in effect at Western that forces smokers to put down their cigarettes on campus. News 3's Jose Gonzalez has more.
You will not see this sign anymore. Western Illinois University will now enforce a new policy to ban smoking on all campus property this semester. This applies to everyone, including students, faculty, and people who are visiting. They are also not allowed to smoke during special events within the university or allowed to chew tobacco. The Smoke-Free Campus Act prohibits smoking in public universities and colleges in Illinois. The act went into effect on July 1st. This gave Western plenty of time to review new policies for the upcoming semester.
It's going to be a warning system at the outset. Individuals will be warned if they're seen smoking. If there's a continued violation of the act and of the policy, a student could be referred to student judicial programs and go through the disciplinary process.
But for some students, they are disappointed about the recent changes.
It would have been a little bit better if they gave us places to smoke and then took those away, but they just straight took it all away. I just don't like it in general.
The university will provide counseling for current smokers to quit.
View Health Center has a variety of resources in place for students. They have smoking cessation programs and smoking cessation aids available to students, such as patches, nicotine gum, and other products that aid in quitting smoking. And these are provided to students at a much lower cost than perhaps you would find at a retail establishment.
For News 3, I'm Jose Gonzalez.
Thank you, Jose. You can find more information through the Smoke-Free Campus website.
And people in Macomb are showing their support for police officers. Police families put up ribbons in the courthouse square as part of Paint Illinois Blue on Wednesday. This annual state event works to appreciate the men and women in uniform. Family, friends, and others showed up to support police officers and what they do.
Well, this is an opportunity for the community to come out and show their support for law enforcement. Obviously, a lot of significant events going on in our country over the last year, not all of them with good outcomes by any stretch of the imagination. Law enforcement has always been an integral part of our culture, our society, and I think this is a way of folks here in the community of Macomb to reach out and say, we understand the commitment that you make on a daily basis to us and our community, and I think it's a great way to show the community's support.
This Saturday will be National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day. And in 2002, 270 people were killed or injured at a highway rail crossing. Of those 270 people, 50% have been alcohol or drug impaired. Illinois has declared September 13th through the 19th as Rail Safety Week to promote vehicle and pedestrian safety around railroad tracks.
Years ago, rail safety in Macomb was a very big problem. Since then, we've closed some crossings. We've added crossing gates to most of all the crossings now in Macomb, and that has done a tremendous job of reducing vehicle train accidents.
Macomb police will be participating in the event, citing both drivers and pedestrians who disobey railroad crossings. Highway rail grade crossings are marked by white lines with protective gates and with active flashing lights, gates, and ringing bells.
This weekend, Macomb will host the 14th annual Al Sears Jazz Festival. The three-day event celebrates an influential jazz artist and Macomb native Al Sears. A wide variety of artists will perform live starting this Friday in numerous venues around the community. Festival organizers say they are trying to make this year's music accessible to a wider range of audience.
Some people are a little bit afraid of jazz. It seems maybe too academic or too cerebral for them. But we always have different styles of jazz that people can really relate to.
Join us tomorrow morning as we interview the chair of festival, Bill Mockstad, on Good Morning Macomb at 9 a.m. And the Macomb Park District Boards of Commissioners has gotten a bid to improve the off-leash dog park. The Park District is deciding on what IP camera system should be installed at Patton Park. Valencia Pettigrew says the district plans on buying web cameras and 2 cameras that can pan, tilt, and zoom. The cameras would also have infrared technology for nighttime and would allow the community to remotely access what is going on at the park before they get there. The Park Board hopes to get the project approved by spring of 2016.
And Macomb has claimed its spot on a list that some residents can look forward to. Realtor.com ranked 300 college towns in the nation by median home price. Out of these 300 towns, Macomb has landed at number 3 with a median home price of $101,000. 4 other college towns in the state of Illinois have made it to the top 10. Southern Illinois University and University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign have ranked at 8 and 10 respectively. Another neighboring town that made it to the list is Kirksville, Missouri, making it at number 4. And Macomb has a new piece of history in Chandler Park. The Women's Club of McDonough County unveiled a statue Saturday in Macomb. The statue is called Facing the Storm. It honors 8 women's activists that served here in McDonough County. The women's assisted the community in a wide variety of ways, from helping at a local orphanage to reporting for McDonough County newspaper. The statue is placed among donor bricks and plantings by the Macomb Beautiful Association. The General Federation of Women's Clubs committee member, Tina Beltz, says that she hopes the memorial will inspire future women activists.
Every 2 years, the Department of Art has an exhibition on display.
This event showcases art pieces teachers have created.
News 3's Dakota Sherwin tells us about how the artwork benefits both teachers and students.
Here at the art gallery, there is a wide variety of art on display. These can range from the realistic to the abstract, and from large to small.
This is work created by all members of the studio art faculty. It's current work that they've been working on, and so they're showcasing their current research.
Each work of art is made from one of the department's faculty and helps to show their different styles.
We've had such a widely contrasting amount of works of art and also differing styles come through the doors in the 3 semesters I've been here.
This is a piece that I've made recently, and it's one of the latest pieces that I've made. And it feels good to be a part of the faculty show, to be a part of this group of individuals.
Although the main reason for this exhibit is to showcase the art the faculty has made, the added benefit is the inspiration it provides to the students.
It's great to show their research and for students to see what their faculty are doing.
I'm not a visual artist, I'm a musician, but it inspires my music. So what I've really enjoyed learning on the job is a far greater depth of detail, understanding, and clarity.
But I hope it inspires young artists to see that as working artists, we practice what we preach.
And with the high turnout on opening day, it would seem that inspiration is sure to come. For News 3, I'm Dakota Sherwin.
The art exhibit goes through Saturday, September 26th. The next exhibit doesn't happen until 2017.
Coming up today is Constitution Day. Did you know there's a day set aside for the document? As important as the Constitution is, nobody seems to even know anything about it. That story ahead.
Stories. They happen everywhere. At News 3, we go the distance and tell them firsthand. Across the region,
the tornado tore through a neighborhood in Washington, Illinois.
Across the state.
Here at the state capitol in Springfield for the gubernatorial race.
Across generations.
We have a lot of people that are very dedicated. We're all volunteers.
The stories that inform us, the stories that move us, the stories that matter from a fresh perspective.
I think News 3 is great. It's all one common goal. Everybody's trying to be number one. Last year, we were number one in the nation. We beat out Florida and Oklahoma. I get to work with so many professionals. It's a really great experience, and they're always there to help, and it's just all around fun. Jasmine Crichton really does make it a real-life experience that, most schools maybe not, they don't offer that.
Hart, what's going on? I'm leaving. Why? What did I do? Not enough. The pressure's too much. I quit. I get it. I can do better. Just please don't leave.
Don't let your heart quit on you. Get your uncontrolled high blood pressure to a healthy range before it's too late.
Your family, friends, and neighbors are all counting on you. Never let your gun get into the wrong hands. Remember, always lock it up.
The U.S. Constitution is one of the most recognizable documents in history. But how well do college students know it?
WIU's Constitution Day is to inform students about our nation's founding document. News 3's Jason Chauvin shows us why Constitution Day is so important.
I'm not exactly sure. I think it has something to do with the Constitution.
After hearing how important the Bill of Rights is, you'd think some students would know exactly what it is.
I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's all the different amendments. I'm not exactly sure. I think it has something to do with the Constitution, but I'm not sure.
A lot of students nowadays don't know about the Constitution and its basic facts. They also don't know about the information they put out online when they sign into social media.
Thinking about any communication on your cell phone or any communication with electronic media on Western Online and things like that, that could be subject to government scrutiny at some point.
When I asked how many amendments are in the Bill of Rights, I got a couple different answers.
37.
12?
It's the first 10 amendments. It's basic human rights.
Although Constitution Day may not be the most popular holiday, it is one we need to get a better understanding of. For News 3, I'm Jason Chauvin.
Only 18% of America's colleges require students to take an American history or government course.
Investigations are underway as a body was found in front of Milwaukee Police Station earlier this morning.
Authorities say the man was shot in a vehicle and was driven to the police station late in the night. Officers tried to save his life, but he died shortly after from his injuries. The identity for the body of the man is still under investigation and no one has been arrested.
Coming up, a cool down is on the way.
Nicholas Stewart is in the Storm Team 3 Weather Center with a look at some possible storms on the way. Stay tuned.
One day, when the glory comes, it will be ours.
Dr. King, what's your next move? In March from Selma to Montgomery.
Selma is loud for every man, woman, and child. We will not wait any longer. In front of the crowd. Mine eyes have seen the glory. Glory, glory, hallelujah.
every day across America. Excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore, and frustration a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy and giving up impossible. I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought and unconventional methods common. I'm a teacher. I make more.
So they say it's a man's world? I don't see anybody's name on it.
While they were doing their thing, we slowly changed ours.
Today, women can do anything men can do. And there's one thing we're even better at.
It's a very warm, late September day out there. As we take a look outside, you see the beautiful courthouse square. Temperatures, we're at 90 degrees right now. Very dry conditions out there as well, with those very gusty winds to be posing a threat for some fire weather conditions out there. So if you're doing some burning outside, make sure it is well controlled. Taking a look at the current satellite radar composite, you can see these showers and thunderstorms well off to our north. That's all moving off to our north, but we're looking for additional development to our west along this cold front that's slowly approaching our area. That could produce some showers and thunderstorms late tonight, and again for another round of severe weather tomorrow, which we'll touch on in just a moment. Taking a look at the temperatures across the region, though, we are very warm. We're either in the mid to upper 80s across much of the area. Rain-cooled area to the north is dropping temperatures down to the 70s. This gold area right here, this is your slight risk for severe weather this afternoon along this cold front. And when that cold front basically approaches, that's going to bring these showers and thunderstorms into our area. You can see them moving in through our area around 2 to 3 a.m., possibly late tonight. Temperatures are going to drop in a pretty mild night, maybe around the 70-degree mark. Tomorrow when things get a little bit more interesting, again, this gold area is your slight risk for severe weather. That does include Macomb, where some showers and thunderstorms, potentially severe, could move on in. And right ahead of this cold front, looking at very warm conditions, southerly winds blowing into us. We're looking at temperatures near 90 once again tomorrow. But tomorrow night is when things begin to change. Cold front slides well off to our east. That begins bringing in the cooler Canadian air into our area, also much drier conditions. Temperature is going to be either in the low 50s, maybe even upper 40s at this time. For tonight, we're looking at showers and thunderstorms likely. Low is 69 degrees. The winds will be increasing from the south about 25 miles an hour. For tomorrow, we'll be looking at temperatures 82 degrees. Again, that risk for some showers and thunderstorms, potentially severe. But look at the nice 5-day forecast. Cold front moves through, knocks temperatures down, but then we begin to slowly increase through the next 5-day forecast. Temperatures increase through the 70s. We hit into the beginning of next week, hitting 77 degrees on Tuesday. So pretty nice conditions out there once we get through the rain. Next 2 days, we're going to get very dry conditions building in.
So it seems like we're going to have a good weekend?
I would say so.
Good.
Thank you.
All right.
Yep.
Take it away, Danny.
Good weekend for some sports, but coming right up next in sports, the Macomb High School football team now has a win. They look to make it 2 this weekend at rival Monmouth Roseville. You get a preview from Bomber head coach Kelly Sears. Also, the Macomb High School volleyball team is trying to string a few victories together and fighting for a solid West Central Conference start. And the MHS soccer team hosting Monmouth Roseville. Highlights and more next on Live at 4.
Hey everybody! Heart disease affects 1 in every 3 women in America, but you can fight back. There's no time to lose. Mothers, sisters, daughters, families, and friends, it's time to shout louder, stand stronger, and demand change. Let's go!
To the Batmobile. Dang it.
To the invisible jet! Dang it. Together, we can put an end to heart disease. It's time to go red for women. I could use your help. Yeah! Learn more from the American Heart Association at www.goredforwomen.org.
What did you want to be when you grew up? Now, how do you make it happen? Think purple, think success, think Western Illinois University.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. Go to discovertheforest.org.
Welcome back. I'm Danny Fry with sports. The Macomb High School football team is coming off a statement win over Pleasant Plains, and now it's rivalry week with the Monmouth-Roseville Titans. Bombers head coach Kelly Sears is trying to build on his team's first win.
We took all that momentum and rolled right into Pleasant Plains, and you know, going into the game, they were a team that was rated 11th or 12th in the state, got, you know, the highest votes in 3A, and you know, I think they took us a little lightly, and I just think we really overpowered them, and our strength took over, and I think we were a little better conditioned in the fourth quarter than they were. The other thing is they had 3 and outs. And the defense played very well. We got 3 and outs. We got the ball back, and we drove down. And you know, the big thing is at halftime we went up 14-6, and then never looked back from there.
This week, the Bombers are prepping for a rivalry game at Monmouth-Roseville, a team that beat MHS 50-13 last year.
It really doesn't matter what sport it's in, you know. Macomb and Monmouth basketball could be 6-6 on both sides, and the gym's going to be packed. And you know, that's the same way it's going to be for a football game. So you know, I think our kids are going to be excited about it. It's a whole new year, and we're trying to throw everything in the last year or two out and opening this up with a new attitude.
Kickoff is in Monmouth against the Titans at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. After starting off conference play with a 2-set victory over West Hancock, the Lady Bombers volleyball team turned around on Tuesday night to face Monmouth-Roseville. The 8-6 Lady Bombers being introduced at the Hangar, aka Washington Street Gym. MHS with the serve. The Titans will set it up. Mia Lambert and company ready in front for the block. MHS up 4-2 early. Titans making a game of it, down 23-19 in the first set. Courtney Thorman tries to save it, but her diving attempt falls short. Point to the Titans. Up 24-20 Bombers. Right here with the game point, Jensen Protzman ends the first set with an exclamation point, serving up an ace. On to the second set, both teams switching sides. Macomb looking for the sweep. Good start as Mia Lambert sets it up for Jensen Protzman for one of her 10 kills on the evening. Game point, 24-12. It's Lambert, Protzman again. Their connection works. The Bombers take the second set, 25-12, win the game 2-0. Mia Lambert with 20 set assists for MHS, while Courtney Thorman contributed with 9 digs in the 2-0 win. The next match for Macomb is on the road on Monday night at 7 o'clock in Hamilton against West Hancock. Wednesday afternoon, the MHS soccer team squared off with, guess who, Colleen Judge's Monmouth-Roseville Titans at Edison Field. Bombers and goalie Sam Jensen led up an early goal. MHS down 1-0 right at the onset of this game. Bombers trying to tie early. Grant Hannett with the breakaway. It's stopped, though. A very good lead pass by Hanny Karash to Hannett. He tries to score with his left foot, but another good stop there. Towards the end of the first half, the Titan header sails a little high, but it was 1-0 Monmouth-Roseville at halftime. The Titans have a lot of chances in the second half. Here, a little pinball action helps out the keeper Sam Jensen. Doesn't count. Karash with some more nifty moves. His shot him clanks off the crossbar. Still up 1-0 late Monmouth-Roseville was. They controlled the ball all in the second half, and then off the side of the post. A lot of those Titans hang on in this one. Mark it a final. 1-0 Monmouth-Roseville takes it. MHS is on a 4-game losing streak. The next contest for the Bombers is Monday in Beardstown with varsity starting at 4 o'clock. Back to the gridiron as the Western Illinois football team's schedule just doesn't get any easier. Next up, the top-rated team in the FCS, Coastal Carolina. Head coach Bob Nielsen is aware of Coastal's physical defense.
I think the thing that impresses me as I watch them defensively is they're not the biggest football team, but they're extremely athletic and they run to the football really well. So, you know, a great challenge for us again in all three aspects of the game.
Kickoff from the teal turf of Brooks Stadium in Conway, South Carolina is at 5 o'clock Central Time on Saturday. After an 0-9 start to the season, the Western Illinois volleyball team picked up their first win over the weekend before going to Drake Tuesday night. This one with the whole 5 sets before Western eked it out. 13 kills for Peyton Crosser and 5 blocks for Jordan Jackson. Now the Leathernecks travel to Terre Haute, Indiana to compete in the Indiana State Tournament starting tomorrow at 6 p.m. So how about the Titans of Monmouth Roseville? Colleen, you're on the line.
I see it being interesting, you know, these next couple battles. We'll
Tomorrow night's
yes.
that's the big one.
And
That's
it's
the
at
big
my
one.
home turf, so.
That's right.
You have to report it honestly.
You have
to. You have to tell the score.
Do a live remote for sure.
I have to do it. See how one 10-year-old has turned a family recipe into a successful business.
While setting a state record at the same time. That's next.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. Go to discovertheforest.org.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
A 10-year-old boy is now the youngest CEO in Illinois. Felix Castillo launched Felix Famous Cookies at his school's craft fair.
The recipes have been handed down from his grandmother, and now Felix and his family bake 2,000 to 3,000 cookies daily.
That's a lot of cookies.
That is a lot of cookies.
I think I'm in the wrong business. I feel like that's something I should have done.
You should be making cookies. You should have known.
I completely agree.
Well, looking at the forecast for the next couple of days, the cold front moves through tomorrow, bringing some showers and thunderstorms, potentially severe. But after the cold front moves through, temperatures begin to fall pretty rapidly. For your Saturday, high of only 71. But once again, the temperatures will begin to build into the beginning of next week. But once we get through the rain, the next few days will be, warm and sunny once again.
So it's supposed to stay pretty nice consistently?
I would say so. We'll start building up a little bit warmer as we head into the next few weeks.
So this next week, we're still not going to be September weather here?
Not yet.
When are you going to give me my fall, Nick? I need the fall weather. I'm
really missing it. I'm not going to lie. I'm really, really missing it.
Yeah. Okay. That's all from us in our studios today.
But we continue online all the time at news3wiu.com.
For Nicholas Stewart, I'm Colleen Judge.
And for Danny Fry, I'm Anna Malay Zuniga.
And for all of us at News 3, have a great evening.